Hey everybody, welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another entitled Parents Reddit video. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe and click on notifications so you don't miss out on the fun. In our first story, an entitled mother tries to coach her daughter on how to be rude to the retail staff. Let's jump right in. So this is a story about my own mother. Yep, she is the entitled parent. So I am a young lady with a rather large chest. I'm an E in my country, and I think a double D in the USA. Because of that, if I'm leaving the house, bras are mandatory. About 2 years ago, when I was 19, I bought the most comfortable bra I had ever bought before. It was soft and silky, had nice thick straps, 5 back clamps, etc. I only had that bra for about 3 months until the underwire broke free and started to stab me. It happened at university, and when I got home that afternoon, I told my mother about it. I like to think I take good care of my bras, as I usually only get rid of them because I outgrew them, or the straps became too loose beyond adjustment, but not because they break. The bra was $60 and only 3 months old, so maybe it was just defective. Bras really should not only last 3 months, so I was going to go to the store and ask for an exchange or refund. The only thing was, I did not have a receipt. Like I said, I take good care of my bras, so I did not think to keep the receipt. I was also not a part of their brand's customer rewards service, as I only bought products there once for a sale, so they could not look up a name, membership number, profile with them. I told this to my mom and wondered what I should do. "Well, that's not okay," my mother started. "You know what to do, right? Let them know that it is illegal for them to sell faulty products. Do not leave the store until you have that refund. If the cashier says they can't refund it without a receipt, then ask to speak to the manager. They'll sort you out." My mother never worked in retail herself, but I, at this point in time, had been for about 4 to 5 years. I know the annoyance of the phrase, "Can I speak to your manager?" and was not going to enforce that on an innocent civilian. "No, I'm not going to do that," I replied. "That would just be rude." "Well, I can do it for you then. I'll just say my daughter bought a defective bra, which is illegal to sell, and we demand a refund because according to the law..." "No, we are not going to do that either. It's not the cashier's fault that one bra happened to be defective, so I am not going to treat them as if it is. I'll just go in, explain my situation, and ask what their policy is about refunds without a receipt." So you know what, ladies and gentlemen? That is exactly what I did. I walked in, found the cashier, and explained that my $60 bra broke in 3 months and I did not have the receipt in the friendliest and kindest way possible because I know how much working retail sucks. The lady said that she did need some proof of purchase and asked me what day I bought it on. She was so kind and lovely as well. I pulled out my phone, opened my banking app, I looked at transactions 3 months ago and found the date of the exact $60 purchase. I gave her the date, she typed that into her computer and found a transaction on that date for $60 in the exact bra, color, and size as mine. She printed that off, scanned that, and refunded the original purchase, all while a different attendant found the same bra in my size off the shelf and brought all 3 color options to me in case I wanted the replacement in a different color. I chose the original color, thanked both ladies for their amazing help, and walked out of the store with my new and non-defective bra. See, Mom, you can have a social interaction without belittling retail staff, acting like a know-it-all, and God forbid, demand to speak to the manager. Just be kind. Story number 2 shows us an entitled mother who tries to steal a surfboard. So this happened last year, but I just found out about this sub. So to set the scene, I live in a very small beach town in North Carolina. We get a crazy amount of tourists in the summer months, but not quite as much as Myrtle Beach, a large city in South Carolina, one of the most popular on the East Coast outside of Florida. We get our fair share of naive tourists, and during my time as a lifeguard, I probably got asked 3,000 questions about sharks, or jellyfish, or stingrays in a day. Instead of saving people from the water, I spent most of my time telling people to stay off the dunes or telling people not to swim up to boats. So anyway, The cast composed of myself, a naive entitled tourist, and her naive entitled son. One day I saw that there was supposed to be some excellent surf and decided to head to the beach for a little shredding action. My beach access is part of a private neighborhood and is paid for by my homeowners association, which means that it is private property. Once I get up to it, I see a middle-aged woman and her son, maybe 6 or 7, standing at the gate holding floats. I think, great, I have a little arguing to do, because people are supposed to stay off unless they pay taxes for it to be maintained. I walk up and the convo goes a little like this. Hey, what is the code for this beach access? Well, it's a private access. Are you visiting? I haven't seen your face around here. Where are you staying? Titled mother points at a house that isn't part of the homeowners association. It was developed after my neighborhood was. Oh, that house is part of a different neighborhood. That one uses a public access. See where the sidewalk is? Oh, come on. It's right across the street. Just tell us the code. No, ma'am. This access is paid for by our own taxes. There is a public access literally 50 feet to the left with no code. No! I demand that you let me and my son through, or I will call the police. Go ahead. In the meantime, I'm going to use the public access. If you care to join me on the beach, then you can follow me on that access. I left her and her son red-faced like that and walked to the public access. About 10 minutes go by, and I kind of forget about the pair. I'm putting wax on my board and waiting for my friend to show up in the meantime. I turn away from my board to head down and look at the water and look for a good spot or a rip current, and lo and behold, I see the kid trying to lift my board and his mom grinning at him. Keep in mind my board is a 9-foot beast that has to weigh at least 50 pounds. My dad got it in Maui 20 years ago from a custom board store that's no longer open, and it cost at least $700 to $800. I run back up to the pair and my usually good nature was out the window. Hey lady, get the flip off my stuff! How dare you speak to me like that? I'll speak to you however I want. Tell your son to stop grabbing at my stuff. At this point, he had it fins up and was sitting on it, which is a massive no-no for surfing. It curves upward, so if you put too much weight on it, it might snap. I yanked it out from under him and he fell forward into the sand. Get away from my son! I'm going to sue you until you need to file for bankruptcy. What the hell, lady? I'm defending my property. You can't sue me for stuff. Flipping pedo, my baby just wanted to see it. He wasn't hurting anyone. At this point, her son is bawling and he is screaming something along the lines of, Mommy, he broke my rib. Grow up, kid. Lady, don't touch my stuff again, or I will call the police on you. At this point, a lot of people around me are angry at the lady, and I notice my friend has shown up and has a massive grin on his face. When I look away to make a face at him, the lady tries to yank the board out of my hands. I just let it drop, it falls onto her, and she buries her butt in the sand. I snatch it back up from her and jerk a thumb at my friend to run to the water. I turn to the kid and I say, Don't turn out like your mother. I then turn and run towards the water with my friend and fill him in. And from what we can see from the waves, the lady is getting shamed off of the beach by other beachgoers, most of whom knew me and knew I wouldn't fly off the handle unless it was something crazy. That's about it, nothing much compared to some of the absolute BS I've seen on the sub, but still a wake-up to me that people like that exist. Happy Redditing, and may you be safe from entitled parents. In our final story, an entitled father demands a barbecue for half price. This story is from many years ago, but since I recently found this sub, I thought I'd post it. Surprisingly, this is probably my only really bad interaction after working 7 years of retail. I worked at a large Canadian grocery store called Superstore, very similar to something like Walmart or Target. The cast is an entitled dad, me, and a department store manager. Entitled dad and his child approach me in store. I can tell right away the child was not happy about the situation. Excuse me, but I was just at another store location and they had that barbecue on sale for half price. I'd like to buy it from here for that price." "Alright, well let me just go check in the system for the price and see if it comes up on sale." So I check the price and of course, it's not on sale. "I'm sorry, but it doesn't look like the barbecue is on sale." "That's ridiculous. I was just at the other store and they had it half price. Can't you just change the price to what it should be?" "I'm sorry, I don't have the ability to alter the price without a manager override. Would you like me to call the other store? I can ask why they were selling the barbecue half price, since it might be due to some sort of damage." At this point, the entitled dad starts getting really upset about me questioning him. "Why do you need to call the other store? I was just there and saw the price. Are you calling me a liar? I want to speak with your manager now." Meanwhile, the child is standing there almost trying to hide. I felt genuinely bad because you could tell this wasn't the first time his dad had done something embarrassing. I go and get my manager to deal with this idiot. What seems to be the issue here? "I saw this barbecue half price at the other store. Your employee refuses to give me this price for it." "Well, our prices are set by head office and are the same across all stores. I can get him to call the store and find out why they were clearing that barbecue half price." "This is ridiculous. You should just change the price for me. You've already wasted so much of my time." "I'm sorry, but we are unable to do that. Like I said, prices are set at head office, and we can't just change them unless merchandise is damaged or needs to be cleared out." "This is bull. I want both your names and I'll be calling head office and reporting you both. You'll both be in a lot of trouble for this." My manager just chuckled and told him he's sorry we couldn't help, which just made the guy angrier. The saddest part was the poor kid sitting there so embarrassed. Before they leave, the kid actually walks up to me and says, "I'm sorry about my dad." The dad just grabbed him by the arm and stormed off. Out of curiosity, I called the other store after, and sure enough, there was never any half-price barbecue. We also never received any sort of complaint from head office. This guy was just your typical lying douche. This has been John from Slash Bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to see more of them, then hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.